This is the user scenario intended for ERA, a time or event-based capsule. Jess is going on a trip to Squirrel Hill in Pittsburgh. In anticipation of this trip, she decides to purchase an Aeramo kit. After looking at the guide pamphlet, Jess decides to pack some of the collection tools in her bag to use them during the trip. First, Jess heads to a bakery to meet up with Cami, a Pittsburgh local and friend. This bakery is Cami's favorite, and Jess is excited to try their baked goods. Jess really enjoys their conversation and the coffee they had, so she decides to purchase a bag of coffee grounds to take home with her. Cami suggests she visits Frick Park and goes for a hike. At Frick, Jess does some bird walking and walking around the bird feeders set up at the park. She finds some feathers on the ground. She takes a feather and places it in a preservation pouch from the kit. Taking a hike further into Frick, Jess spots a very unique tree. Hoping to capture its texture and remember it physically, she uses her texture press to take the tree's texture with her. During the hike, Jess finds various fallen leaves, flowers, and rocks along the trail and collects those as well. After a long hike, Jess heads towards Murray, where she plans to meet Cami again for dinner. She walks through the Squirrel Hill neighborhood and takes photos of the buildings she sees. Jess is a bit early for dinner and stops to rest at a bench along the street. She takes the time to sort through some of her photos using the Aeramo app. With the app, she's able to quickly view her images and swipe up to delete, or press and hold to keep. Jess makes it to the dinner restaurant just on time and meets Cami inside. They order their meals and enjoy some more conversation. Jess takes the paper menu with her as they say their goodbyes and leave the restaurant. After Jess returns home from her trip, she begins to curate her ERA capsule with some of the artifacts she collected. She begins by syncing her ERA capsule to her account, giving it a name, some tags, and a short description. She then moves on to preparing her physical artifacts. Jess adds a spoonful of coffee into the scent bottle to preserve the smell. She also prepares the other physical objects for the capsule by laminating and adding written labels to certain objects. Once the physical artifacts are prepared, she photographs them and uploads them to the app to be stored in the capsule. Jess then uploads her photo from the trip to the capsule as well. When Jess is done reviewing her physical and digital artifacts, she proceeds to lock the capsule. She sets the revisit date to 3 years from today. This is the user scenario intended for Amo, a person or relationship-based capsule. Jess and Mel have been friends since college. During their senior year, they decided to get an Amo capsule together. Shortly after graduation, the two friends met up to collaboratively add files and objects to their Amo. They locked the capsule and set their revisit date to their 5-year college reunion. 5 years later, Jess and Mel meet back up to revisit their Amo capsule. From their accounts, they are able to find their shared capsule and unlock it together. They enjoy reminiscing about their college years and laughing at old photographs of one another.